Hi, my name is Elena, and today we're tapping on comparison. So we'll start by just tuning into how it feels when you think back to a time of comparing yourself to someone else. Or maybe go back into your childhood if somebody else compared you to a sibling or to a friend or to a cousin. Just notice how it feels when you think of comparing yourself to somebody else. So now tune into your body and notice where those feelings show up, whether it's like a knot in your stomach or tension in your neck or your shoulders or a headache. Comparing ourselves to others never feels good. So just notice where you hold that in your body. We're going to start tapping on the side of our hand. So just tap where I tap and repeat what I say. Even though I compare myself to others, and it makes me feel so inadequate, I accept that part of me that feels inadequate. And even though I compare myself to others, and sometimes I feel like I can't stop, I accept myself anyway. And even though it feels terrible to compare myself to others, I accept that part of me and how I feel. All of the ways I compare myself to other people, I don't like how it makes me feel. But it's almost like I'm addicted to comparing myself to others. It makes me feel so disappointed in myself, so inadequate. I don't like when I compare myself. When I compare myself to what they have or what they're doing that I'm not doing. Or maybe they're traveling. And I wonder why I can't have that lifestyle. Maybe it's their money or their looks, their success. Just focusing on all of the ways I don't feel like I measure up to them. And I'm noticing how it makes me feel when I take that position. When I compare myself to others, I don't measure up. And then I beat myself up. And I listen to that inner voice, that voice that tells me I'm not as good as them, that they're doing life so much better than I am. And I see the evidence. I see how my life is different. I see it on social media. I hear it in conversations. And more often than not, I hear it in my head. I hear it with all of those thoughts that tell me I don't measure up to them, that I'm not as good as them. I don't like how this makes me feel. But maybe it's possible to change my focus, to somehow let go of the comparison. Just changing my mindset. And while I do this, I notice how it changes how I feel about myself. Tapping sends a calming signal to my brain. And this is a good habit because when I'm comparing myself, my brain gets me all stressed out from all of those thoughts of comparison. So I'm just relaxing into the moment. The tapping is helping to relax my body. And I can change my focus. Maybe I don't need to believe all of my thoughts. That inner voice. Just because I hear it or just because I'm thinking those thoughts doesn't mean it's true. My inner being never compares myself to others. So I can tune into that place within me, to my truth, that knows my value, that appreciates who I am, right at my core. That's the part I can focus on. Moving from my busy mind into my heart, where my truth resides. I can breathe into my heart whenever I catch myself comparing myself to others, bringing myself back into the present moment, where all of my power is, quieting that inner voice and tuning into my inner truth, tuning into my true value, tuning into my true self. Okay, so just take a deep breath. And just notice that whenever you start comparing yourself, it's just a bunch of thoughts that are coming up. And you can stop those thoughts. The tapping will help you do the background work to relax your body and relax your mind. So if you catch yourself in the moment of comparison, you interrupt that thought process. This is literally how you're going to start to reshape your brain. You're going to rewire those neural pathways and those patterns of feeling inadequate because you're looking outside of yourself. And as you tune back into your heart and tune into the present moment, you'll connect with your true self. And then you can feel an appreciation for who you really are, as well as appreciating other people, even those that you used to compare yourself to. So if you noticed any relief, good for you. You're taking control of your emotional well-being. And if you're still feeling that disappointment in yourself or that inadequacy, when you think of that person or those people, just do some more tapping and reprogram your mind to start looking at yourself differently. You got this.